hello from our apartment in Kiev. I feel like it's time for an update because on our channel we just finished showing you guys videos from Poland, and then all of a sudden we were in London and it's just a little bit chaotic. I feel like we need to tie all these strings together.
Yeah,
is that an expression?
Absolutely. We've kind of just been all over the place. We've had a super busy schedule and we've been doing all kinds of different things. So we just want to let you know what we've been up to.
Alright, so let's rewind. After we finished in Poland, we flew to Germany.
No, we didn't. We took the train.
We took the train. Oh my god.
We had a really eventful train ride.
We had an adventure riding the train in Germany. Oh my god.
We were in Szczecin for a few days in Poland. And basically, one of the commuter trains that we were supposed to take just didn't arrive, so it threw off our whole train schedule, and we had to reroute. Anyways,
we went to Hamburg.
Yeah,
we traveled the whole country.
Very scenic route. Yeah, we didn't end up filming that because I don't know. We were just really tired.
It would have been a nightmare.
It would have been a nightmare. Although, it actually would have made for a pretty exciting vlog. I kind of regret that. Anyways, we were in Düsseldorf for a project, which was really cool. Yeah,
so we were actually filming for a client, but we managed to get some footage that we're going to show you guys. So we have a little guide coming out for Düsseldorf. We were only there for like 4 days, but we did a lot. So that's coming up at some point.
Yeah, that's going to come out after basically our UK content. So then from there, we flew into London. We were there for roughly a week. We were mostly just chilling out. We did a couple day trips. We met up with some friends. We went to a social event one evening. And we also managed to get really, really sick.
Yeah, so if you watch the videos from Oxford and Cambridge, you know that we're like, no voice.
Yeah, especially in Cambridge, we were really starting to get sick. And actually, I was sick for almost 10 days, like on and off symptoms. It was awful. I had like a fever. I had like a really sore throat. It would be coming and going, coming and going.
Yeah, I feel like the weather didn't really cooperate. It was like cold and damp and rainy.
But anyways, we absolutely love, like when we did go out in Wales, when we felt healthy enough to go out, we really enjoyed Cardiff.
Did we say we went to Wales? So after London, we took a bus to Cardiff.
It was a really short bus ride, just like a couple hours, something like that.
Yeah, and that was actually the last country that we still had to visit in the UK. So we've already done England, Scotland, Northern Ireland. It's Wales!
Yeah, Wales was awesome. We were probably, if we had been a little healthier, we probably would have done more day trips, but we just kind of had to focus on Cardiff. So we'll have a guide. I think we have a couple food videos coming out from there.
Oh, and in Cardiff, we were staying in a really cool AirBNB. It was in an old coach house. And they had like this indoor cinema set up, so we were watching a lot of Netflix. So we watched The Crown. We saw The Crown, the whole thing.
We actually watched a lot of Netflix because we weren't feeling
it was just tea and Netflix.
And we have a full apartment tour of that, and that'll be coming on as well. And then basically after that, we had 2 more work projects. So we said goodbye to each other because you went back to London to do something, to do a project. I went to Northern Ireland. Again, this is content for clients, and they've actually stipulated that they don't want our stuff to come out until January or February. So we're going to be shelving that footage and having it come out in the new year.
But I'll explain the concept. So basically, we were approached by Visit Britain to like travel to these different destinations and experience 24 different moments across 24 hours. So Sam got Northern Ireland, I got London, and there were like a whole bunch of different people filming across the UK.
And it was a crazy project because we have to be up at all hours of the day. Like there was one day I remember waking up at 1:30 in the morning to be out the door, out of the hotel by 2:30. And I was like out making sourdough bread with this guy in Ballycastle. And it was just crazy. Like we had to be up for all hours of the day. So it was a really busy project. We didn't get a lot of sleep. And a week later, we met up again in Scotland, in Glasgow. And that was really cool because we had another project that we were working on with Visit Scotland.
We sound like busy bees right now. It's normally not like this.
It's normally not like that. We normally do like, so you guys have asked us like how we make money, and one of the ways is that we sometimes partner with tourism boards. We usually do like maybe like anywhere between 4 to 6 projects a year, sometimes even a little bit more. But it just so happened that we've had...
This summer it was all...
Oh my gosh, we had so many projects all coming together at once. And it was really, really fun, but it's also been really tiring too.
Yeah.
So we are so happy to be on our own schedule here in the Ukraine.
But let's talk about Scotland first.
Oh, right.
Because I feel like we just rushed over that one.
So anyways, the cool thing about Scotland that I'll start off here in Glasgow was that we actually visited last year for a few days.
Yeah.
And we filmed some footage for a city guide, but we felt it was incomplete. So we've been sitting on this footage since last year, and now when we had a chance to go back, we got to do some cool other new things.
Yeah.
And so what's awesome is that we actually think we have enough to make a guide to Glasgow, kind of like how we made for Edinburgh last year.
Yeah.
So that's going to come out. We also have, I think we filmed a food vlog there.
Some Scottish food.
Yes.
But the main event, come on, it was the Highland Games.
The Highland Games.
We went to the Cowell Highland Gathering in Dunoon.
In Dunoon.
And that
was a little road trip.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I had to drive the biggest van ever on the narrowest roads ever. But we made it. We made it to the games, and it was really cool.
Crazy. The games are awesome.
Yeah, there was bagpiping, Highland dancing, heavy athletics.
Yeah.
So yeah,
we've been to the games in Fredericton, New Brunswick, in Canada. They also have Highland Games there, obviously borrowed from Scotland, but it was at a much smaller scale. But these games were massive, like the actual area of like there was different fields, different stadiums being used. So yeah, it was such an awesome experience. And then from there, we ended up we had to we were only there for the day to film the games, so we had to drive back to Glasgow. We checked into our hotel. There was a little bit of a mix-up there. We had actually been booked in for the day before, so
they let us stay in anyway.
Yeah, they're so nice to let us stay there. And then we had to wake up at like 2 or 3 in the morning to catch a super early flight to Kiev. So yeah, it's our first time in Ukraine. We're like, when we arrived, I don't think I've ever slept so long in my whole life.
We slept 14 hours.
No, I was 15, almost 16.
Oh my
15
gosh.
straight hours. Like I was that tired. That wiped out from all the things that we've been doing. Yeah. But now we feel really refreshed and we feel recharged.
Oh, and we have clothes. Our luggage went missing for like a day and a half. So we were hanging out in dirty clothes.
Yeah, so we arrived without our bags. Yeah. We had a really tight connection. We made the connection, but our bags didn't. And so, yeah, it's so cool to be here in Ukraine, a new country, on our own schedule, on our own time, on our own dime. We're fully funding this trip. And something that we'd like to point out is that for most of our travels, let's say 80-90%, we do fund it ourselves. And so we do really appreciate these projects with tourism boards, but I think to keep that authentic, the authenticity to our travels, we really like to do it our own way, to be on our own schedule. So while we're here, we hope to make a lot of food videos. We're going to be in Kiev for just over a week. And then after that, we are going to the city of
Lviv.
Yeah,
Lviv.
I think that's how you say it.
Yeah,
it's spelled L-V-I-V. At least in
not enough
English.
vowels in there.
Yeah. So hopefully that's correct. We're just going to be doing a lot of chilling out. A lot of catching up on work. We're really behind on editing. And yeah, it's just going to be so cool. I really like our apartment so far here.
Yeah, we'll give you guys a tour a little closer.
Absolutely massive. It's a big place, great location in the city. Yeah, it's got some quirky charms to it and massive high ceilings. So anyway.
If it echoes, that's why.
That's probably, if you can hear an echo, that would be why, on the high ceilings.
But basically, that is our update. That's basically our month of August. Everything we've talked about, that was all of August. And what's today's date?
It's very close to September. I think it's the 30th or 31st of August.
Well, there you go.
So we're basically coming to you from real time here in the future. And after the Ukraine, we know that we're going to a conference in Austria, which is going to be really cool. And then after that, we're not entirely sure. We're thinking maybe a little bit more travel in Austria, maybe going and finally heading down to the Balkans like we had talked about earlier.
Oh yeah.
I think that's most likely how we're going to end off our year here in Europe. But yeah, we're kind of open to things. So if you guys have any suggestions, like places that you think we should visit or anything like that, it'd be awesome if you let us know.
All right, well that's it for today. See you later.
See ya.
Bye.
Ta-ta.